On our flight demonstration field. Now please welcome Yukon, our golden eagle. A very majestic beast indeed. And what she is going to do for you today is show you how she hunts one of her trainers. Now she is grabbing that little orange thing that Amy here was dragging behind her. It is going to imitate one of the more common prey items of the golden eagle. However, these birds are not only very impressive in size and power, they're very impressive in their taste, and these guys like to pursue and consume all kinds of very different animals. Some of which are more impressive than others, which you just saw is maybe a rabbit hunt, or not necessarily strong enough to get inside some of those tortoises. So what they do is grab them, fly way up high into the air with them, drop them, and they explode like little reptilian water balloons. Just at the center of our field, doing a big wide turn, is Dee, one of our Harris hawks. Now these birds make their home in desert regions in North America and South America. So that starts as far north as the arid southwestern United States, ranging all the way down to Mexico and into Chile and Argentina. Now these birds are generalists, just like the golden eagle. They can prey on anything from small lizards to snakes, even birds on the wing. These guys are exceptionally agile with that long tail of theirs. And we see Dee caught that piece of meat with no problem whatsoever. Now, who would like to join me on the field for a close encounter with this bird? I need one volunteer. All right, you're ready down there? She is going to fly, just building the suspense. You were nervous before, now you got time to think about all that can go wrong. All right, we'll see if Dee wants to fly on in. Here she comes, flying nice and strong. A brief moment of terror, but she's handling it like a pro. Let's hear it for our ball. Now this little beauty is Muriel. And she does look agile, especially on a day where there's a nice wind. If it's blowing in the right direction, these birds can gain altitude awfully quickly and move around pretty nimbly. But this is a scavenger. And so she acquires most of her food by finding something that's already dead, lying around on the ground. And what Muriel here does with her extra body weight is she can abuse or bully some of the other scavengers that might be attracted by the same bit of carrion, and she can push them off and attain the better feeding spots for herself. Now have a look at Muriel, have a look at exactly how beautiful this marabou stork is. She's kind of hunched over. She's got some wispy gray hairs on top of her head. Look at her legs, ladies and gentlemen, they are covered in her own defecation. But she has a terrific personality. Here he is. This is Stetson. We'll see if Stetson wants to come out for a flight today. Here he is, a little reluctant. Now this is a male Eurasian eagle owl. Like I mentioned, it is one of the largest species in the world. Not so imposing as a female counterpart of his might be, because in the raptor world, all females are much larger than the males. And you might have noticed on display with some of our owls or hawks that there is a large one and a small one. You will guess right if you assume the larger one is the female. This is Theodore, making every single detour he can imagine. one of our more talkative little owls. This is a barred owl, one of the most commonly found owls in this part of the world. If you go camping or if you have a cottage, you might have heard this little guy screaming about. They have a call that sounds a lot like somebody shouting out, "Who cooks for you in the dark of night?" Now this type of owl, these smaller, more nocturnal owls, are very impressive in their hearing ability. They have silent flight, so their own flapping of the wings does not interfere with their ability to search for prey using their ears. But it's thought that a little owl, like the most iconic species of raptor in the world, ladies and gentlemen, and the other North American eagle, this is a bald eagle, and this is our adult female named Charlotte. She's about 8 years old. And it isn't until these birds achieve a lifespan of at least 6 or 7 years that they start to look like the bald eagles we have on display, or like Charlotte here. Until then, like I mentioned, they do look an awful lot like golden eagles. The bald eagles, like Charlotte here, are considered to be fishermen in the bird of prey world. Not so much like osprey that dive to catch fish, but these guys will skim fish off the surface of the water. Although that isn't necessarily how they get most of their diet, what these birds also like to do is scavenge the coast where they're from. These birds will eat anything that wash up on shore, including small fish, even crabs, even beached whales. And to get into food like that, these birds need a slightly heavier beak than some other eagles. There's Euro and Blanco. Very, very nice looking storks. These are European white storks. Birds synonymous with the turn of winter to spring in Europe where they're found. Now they are like the robins there. These birds go on a migration that lasts about 9 months, taking them from Europe into Africa and back again. Now it's that 9-month migration that does probably give these birds, incidentally, are the national bird of Lithuania. Is there anybody from Lithuania in the audience today? Nope, there never is. So have a look at these guys. They're very comfortable on their feet, as well as their trainer Josh tries to win the world, or the fastest animal in the history of animals, the peregrine falcon. Now if you've heard that cheetahs are quick animals, and they are, they can run at about 100 kilometers an hour. Well, peregrine falcons, one just like this, has been clocked diving at speeds of over 320 kilometers an hour. Now Geronimo here is going to challenge his hunter, or his trainer Bobby, to a hunting game here. He has pulled out part of a lure, and the rest of the lure that represents Geronimo's favorite prey item, and for peregrine falcons, that is pigeons.
Yeah, when she wants to be. When she's in a bad mood, she can be pretty nasty. She's alright right now.
You know how they get pink? What do they eat on wild crabs? What do they eat to get pink? Algae.
At this we would like to give you a working demonstration of just how these elephants are still used today. As you can see, our elephants are quite powerful and are much preferred over heavy machinery, as they are much more maneuverable and have a lot less damage to the surrounding forest. The harness George is wearing is just like the one still used today and can be made of canvas or leather, and it evenly distributes the weight over his chest and shoulders, so he has no problem pulling this heavy load. George has done an excellent job pulling this log. As you can see, some of our elephants have tusks. In the Asian species, only the males grow long tusks, where the females have a much smaller, shorter version called tushes. Elephants' tusks are made of ivory, and ivory has been used for thousands of years to make piano keys, billiard balls, and carvings. Well done. Next up, little Jake would like to show that he too has amazing strength. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you think that Jake can pull this enormous log behind me? Jake, do you think you can pull this enormous log? No? What if I give you a treat? What if I give you 2 treats? Okay. All right, Jake, dig in those heels. Let's see it. Wow, would you look at that amazing power? Now, while our elephants are still young, we do like to keep their loads light so they can get used to wearing a harness. Now, in any family, there is usually an artist. In our elephant family, there is no exception. So George here would like to paint you a one-of-a-kind t-shirt. While he's creating his masterpiece, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about elephants. Elephants can live to be about 60 to 70 years old and can also drink 50 to 60 gallons of water every day, and also eat 250 to 300 pounds of food each day, which consists of 8 hay, oats, fruits and vegetables, and supplemental grains. Elephants are also an endangered species, and here at the safari we have the #1 breeding program in Canada. And I've had 13 babies born since 1991, which is an amazing feat considering the gestation period of an elephant is about 22 months. Elephants are also extremely intelligent and have the largest brain of any land mammal, weighing from 4 to 6 kilograms. Well, it looks like George has done his masterpiece and would like to show it off for you. Well done, George.
Look at his thumbs.
Aren't they smart? Aren't they smart?
I would